Organizations might sometimes require their ADDS design to contain more than one forest. There are several reasons why one ADDS forest might not be sufficient. Security isolation requirements. If an organization requires administrative isolation between two or more parts of the organization, it must deploy multiple ADDS forests. Government defense contractors and other organizations for whom the isolation of security is a requirement often deploy separate ADDS forests. In Windows Server, ADDS includes a new feature called Privileged Access Management, PAM, which uses a separate bastion forest to isolate privileged accounts in order to protect against credential theft techniques. Incompatible schema requirements. Some organizations might require multiple forests because they require incompatible schemas or incompatible schema change processes. All domains in a forest share the schema. Multinational requirements. Some countries/regions have strict regulations regarding the ownership or management of enterprises within the country/region. Having a separate ADDS forest might provide the administrative isolation that legislation requires. Extranet security requirements. Some organizations deploy several servers in a perimeter network. These servers might need ADDS to authenticate user accounts, or they might use ADDS to enforce policies on the servers in the perimeter network. To ensure that the extranet ADDS is as secure as possible, organizations often configure a separate ADDS forest in the perimeter network. Business merger or divestiture requirements. Business mergers are among the most common reasons why organizations have multiple ADDS forests. When organizations merge or one organization purchases another, they must evaluate the necessity of merging their ADDS forests. Merging ADDS forests provides benefits related to simplified collaboration and administration. However, if the two different groups in the organization are to be managed separately, and if there is little need for collaboration, the expense of merging two forests might not be worth it. In particular, if there is a plan to sell one part of the company, retaining the two organizations as separate forests is preferable. Best practice. As a best practice, choose the simplest design that achieves the required goal. It is less expensive to implement and more straightforward to administer.